All right, what's going on, guys? T-Tours back here for another video. I know it's been a while since I had a video put out on the channel. I went on vacation, my family came into town, and it was just nice to relax and recharge the batteries. As you can tell by today's title, we're gonna be installing the Prl Flex Fuel Kit. As you can see here, I've had this sitting in my garage for way too long, so it's time we get this bad boy put on the car. We got 10 gallons of E85. Obviously, we're not gonna fill the car up completely with that. I think it's about 3 gallons we're gonna put in there down the road. I'm still working with FK8 Clinic. We're on revision 2 to get my tune, to get it all the way finished and finalized on 93 octane, and then we'll introduce the E85, and I cannot wait. So let's go ahead and get started with today's install. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna start the car, and then right here where your latch is, there is a fuse panel right down here. I know it's really hard to see. Let me see if I can get my flashlight down here. There is a fuse panel right there, and there is on the very last row, there is a 20 amp. So if you look far to the right, 6 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right in between that, the red one, you're gonna remove that 20 amp fuse. And what that's gonna do is, that is going to, while the car is started, it's gonna allow the fuel system to depressurize. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, and I'll catch up with you all in just a second. All right, so I started the car and immediately pulled the 20 amp fuse. Boom, car shut off. Perfect. So the next thing I did was I pulled the negative terminal and set it to the side, put the 20 amp fuse back in, and now we're gonna go ahead and work in this section right here. I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but under this fuse panel cover, there is a fuse puller right there. That's exactly what I used to pull the 20 amp under the inside the cabin. All right, the next thing you want to do is there are two 10 millimeter bolts right here. You want to just go ahead and back these bad boys out. Don't fall. You can do this. Voila, the bracket piece is now out. All right, so the next thing you want to do is let me zoom out a little bit. There's a fuel line clip here, and then there's two back here. So there's one right here where my finger's pointing to, and then there's a third right here that you need to get out. So what I have is a little pick tool. We're gonna go in there, pop that one out, and then pop those other two out. Okay, very gently push down, pull up on this tab, and it should come out. Boom. That was super simple. And now that fuel line is loose. Let's go ahead and get the other two back behind here. The two clips in the back right here can be a little bit trickier. There's a little grooved part. I just took the pick and kind of pushed up and down against it, and it just magically popped both of them right out, thankfully. So I took the hose out of here, pushed this down, the fuel line down to the side, and then there are two, you can't see them, but there are two more 10 millimeter bolts that we need to remove right there. All right, let's go ahead and get these two tins out. Should be on there very tight. Man, I cannot wait to get this car on E. I've had this kit and sitting in the garage for way too long. We're just waiting for some things to happen, as far as, i.e., getting Honda and such. So I cannot wait to finish the tune on 93, and then we can start pumping in, adding a few gallons of that E85 in. Okay, there's one. And here comes the second one. Come on. Finally. Alright. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Damn it. Boys, you want to talk about being lucky? This little metal grommet that goes in here to this little, right there, boy, it fell straight down and not on the pan, so I didn't have to jack the car up. Thankfully, it fell right behind the passenger side tire. Damn, I'm lucky. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this little piece right here. I'm just gonna bend the tabs out and then come back out just like that. Boom, she is now out. That was super simple. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do, there are two green tabs. Come on, focus. There are two little green tabs right here. You're gonna push these in and then pull that out, and be careful, there still may be a little bit of pressure and a little bit of fuel may leak out. So I'm gonna pull it off with the microfiber cloth. As you can see, it is now disconnected. And like I mentioned, some fuel did come out. So yeah, it wasn't much, but there was definitely a little pressure on it. And then just a little bit of fuel came out, super simple. The tab can be a little pain in the rear to release, just pushing it real hard and then separate this side from it and boom, it'll come right out. We're just gonna wanna remove this green little tab right here. I'm gonna fold it out like I did with the other one. A little bit of fuel came out and then yeah, she's now out. We're done working in this section right here. We're gonna go ahead and take the 10 millimeter bolts, remove this cover. We're gonna move this piece of the intake and then we're gonna go ahead and remove the box, unplug this, and then we're gonna start working with the fuel lines and start getting everything butted back up, etc. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, this off, this off, and this off. Then I'll catch back up with you all. Ready? 3, 2, 1. That's all done. So like we did up here, we're gonna remove this plastic piece here. We have the green piece we're gonna push in, pull out, and that's gonna allow that entire fuel line to come out. Okay. This is always... Come on. Okay, that's out. Then we gotta pitch this and pull that back. Okay, and then be careful, there still is fuel in the line. Okay, come on out. Keep as level as we possibly can. Oh yeah, here comes all that fuel. Okay. And then voila, that fuel line is now out. One little admin note, let me get this right here. Make sure you put these back on the fuel line that you just took out. Go ahead and push that back in case you ever want to revert this fuel system back to stock. So here's where some of the fun comes in. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take this off. I'd already loosened it off camera, so don't worry about that. We're going to set that aside. You're going to set these two 10 millimeters aside too. You're going to grab one. Come on. Okay, this one will come out all as one unit. And you're simply just going to transfer this over to the new PRL one. I recommend taking the rubber out first and then putting that in, and then we'll go ahead and line it up and then mount the unit itself for the first time. So let me get that started. We got that swapped over. Now we're going to move this over here, mount it up, and make sure you use the two supplied bolts that came off the factory bolts and bracket from the car. Off camera, I got the two 10 millimeters tightened, and then the piece that we took off originally is now connected back to our factory fuel line. Super simple. Next thing that I'm going to do is the wiring harness with it. You're going to take this bad boy and then you're literally just going to connect it down here like so. Okay, it clicked. Now if you want to do that on the ground, that's fine. Before you put it on the car, I just chose to go ahead and do it like that. And then we're going to route everything down below here and route it out to come down over here in this area somewhere. So it's going to look something like this. Of course, I don't have anything zip tied just yet. I haven't figured out exactly where I want it, but this is the current situation we're at. Ran it under here. Find somewhere nice and safe to button it up to. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the fuel line coming off. You're going to connect them back. There's one here, one there. Make sure you clip those back into place. And then you're going to take your actual fuel line. See if I can do this while holding the camera. Oh, come on. Just like so. And we should hear it snap into place. Okay, there we go. And then make sure you route everything back down and push those clamps on there. Part's gonna get a little tricky because I'm not gonna remove this bracket, but if you get behind right here where my finger's at, if you'll take the tab and push it down, it'll make this it'll make that plug come free. Come on, focus. And so I went ahead and disconnected it, as you can see right here. Next, you're gonna wanna take this one right here in this grayish color, and you're gonna wanna tie it into this male connector. Can he do it one-handed? That's the question. Oh, he can. All right, so that one's done, and then this one is obviously going to get ran up to this one right here. So let me go ahead and get that done. I don't want to do that one-handed again. So the next plug that you're going to want to unplug, there's one way down here on the radiator, right? Yeah, I've already unplugged it off camera. Let me see if you can get it. Right there, that one is going to be the last piece to the puzzle when it comes to the dongle. It's obviously going to be the last one that's left, and then you'll just have one ground wire that you need to tighten up, and I'll show you where to place that in just a minute. Okay, as you can see right meow, we have the ground wire is now secured in place, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to go back through all of this and zip tie all this bad boy up, and then of course we want to make sure that this one does not get caught in the fan trail, because that will be no bueno, boys and girls. Alright, so I've got everything zip tied exactly how I want it. So that's pretty much going to do it for today's install. All I got to do is put the air box back in. But as you can see, we are ready to rock and roll. Everything is secure down here. And right wherever the that plug is by the fan shroud, there's no way that's going to get into the fan shroud. So all in all, I'd say probably, I don't know, set aside an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I'd say I probably got it done hour and some change, so it wasn't too terribly bad. So make sure before you install this flex fuel kit that you on your Honda that you have all the sensors that you had to have turned on. If you go into the preset menus, it's all laid out perfectly on the flex fuel menu. I think there's 2 or 3 or something like that needs to be clicked, but the FK8 Clinic already has mine enabled, so I don't have to worry about anything. It's already on my tune. I should be able to just start the car right up. But not going to be able to run E85 just yet, because like I said, we are revising my 93 tune, dialing it in exactly how I like it, and he's satisfied, I'm satisfied. Then we'll move on to the E85. So that is going to do it for today's install video. Comment down below and let me know what you think. What do you want to see next on the Type R? We have a lot more coming for the car. A lot of stuff that I want to do with stuff opening back up and etc. Some events and stuff that I want to do and go to. We do have some more truck content coming. We got to do rock lights. We got to do the traction bars. There's so much stuff to do, and in between vacation and family coming down, I got lazy. But it's time to get back into the YouTube grind. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're stopping to the channel for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 20,000 this year. Leave this video a big thumbs up. Share it to your friends, family, mom, uncle, brother, sister, dad. I don't care. Just watch it. Leave this video a big thumbs up. I appreciate each and every single one of you all. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.